Hey guys, I hope you guys had fun making the cell cakes. I had some really awesome cakes this year. I do this project every year for my sixth grade, and I was amazed that you guys could do this virtually. So that's awesome. And I'm going to share some of the cakes that my traditional students also made. They had to do it the same way. They had to send me a video or picture of their cake because we couldn't bring them in due to COVID. So just really awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. If you still haven't sent it, please make sure it gets to me by Monday. Um, as you know, Monday we won't be here. It's Martin Luther King Day. So I hope you find a way to celebrate that and be thankful for the changes that we have in the United States and just be thankful for our great country. It's a great day to reflect on things happening now and moving forward. But this is just going to be a lecture, but I do need you to listen to it because we are going to do something with this, okay? So we've talked about cells and we've talked about their organelles and the function of the organelles, but what we haven't talked about yet is how do cells divide? So your body is made up of countless cells, literally countless, trillions of cells. And being young, your cells are still dividing at a very rapid rate and creating new cells. What happens to humans as we age is that, and anything made up of animal cells and plant cells, but what happens as anything ages is that division process starts to slow down. Which is why, as we age, we tend to get wrinkles on our skin, right? Maybe cuts don't heal as fast because the whole process of cell division doesn't move as quickly. So we have some vocabulary terms that I want to go over first. The first one is cell cycle, and I'd like for you to say that. So cell cycle, it's a regular sequence of growth and division that cells undergo. Sequence, when you think of the word sequence, think of pattern. Okay, so it's just a regular pattern or process of growth and division that cells undergo, and it's very formal. It happens quickly, and when you start digging into what actually is happening, it's amazing that it can happen so quickly. Interphase is the next. I'd like for you to say interphase. It's the first stage of the cell cycle before they divide. Interphase is like that preparation cycle. You're welcome, Sam. Sorry, guys. I just had a student come in. He borrowed some tape. The next vocab word is replication. You should know what it means to replicate something, but what we need to make sure we realize with replication when we're talking about cells, it is exact replication, okay? Cells make exact copies of DNA. So I'd like for you to say replication. The next word is chromosome. I'd like for you to say chromosome. It's a thread-like structure formed from DNA and proteins. It includes all the instructions for the cell. So whenever cells are in that interphase process, they're getting all the information from the DNA in preparation to copy. Mitosis. Mitosis. Everybody say mitosis. It's the second stage of the cell cycle where the cell's nucleus divides into two new nuclei and one set of DNA is distributed into each daughter cell. Daughter cell is just a term given for the two cells that are made during the cell division process. Cytokinesis, big word. It's a fun word to say. So everybody say cytokinesis. It begins during mitosis when the cell splits into two daughter cells. Okay, so the first stage is interphase, second stage is mitosis, third stage is cytokinesis. So let's get into this a little bit. What are the functions of cell division? This is what these paragraphs are going to tell us. What exactly is cell division used for? So how do lizard eggs turn into lizards? Cell division allows organisms to grow larger. One cell is going to split into two. When they split, you're going to have a multicellular organism or an organism with many cells. Cell division allows for growth. This is why babies grow so fast, or puppies. If you have a puppy, right? They start off so tiny, and in a very short amount of time, they get larger because their cells divide, divide, divide. So your cells are really dividing very rapidly until you've reached that point where your brain is fully developed and your body has fully grown. So suppose you break your leg during a skateboarding accident. Cell division replaces the damaged cells with healthy new ones. Something to remember is that if you skin your knee, your body is going to replicate exact knee skin cells. It is not going to replicate the same skin that grows on your forehead or the same skin that grows on your hands because it's all different. So the same happens as your body fights off a disease. So your immune system, your immune cells, cell division allows for repair. This is why at your age, and everybody, this isn't at your age, everybody needs sleep. Sleep is the time when your cells do this division process the most, especially with your immune system. So if you are not getting proper sleep, your immune system is not getting the full time to repair itself. I personally always get a cold if I don't get a lot of sleep. And I think it's just because my immune system gets weak very rapidly. And I automatically, those germs take over. Some organisms can reproduce through cell division. Okay. An amoeba, which is just a single celled organism, reproduces this way. But most organisms, like humans, reproduce when two specialized cells from parents combine to form a new cell. That cell continues to divide and divide until it reaches a new organism. So, what are three functions of cell division? Okay, remember, three functions of cell division is allows organisms to grow larger, right? It replaces damaged cells with healthy new ones, and it also allows for reproduction. So, what is the cell cycle? So, now that we understand that three functions of cell division are for growth, repair, and reproduction, we will learn how this happens through the cell cycle. During the cell cycle, a cell grows, prepares for division, and divides into two new cells, which we call daughter cells. The cell cycle has three main stages. Interphase, which is the first, okay, that's the preparation process. Think of this as making a cake, just like we did. Interphase is where we gathered all of our materials, we made our blueprints. Mitosis is when it actually starts to happen. And cytokinesis is like when it actually makes those two new copies of daughter cells. So when we get our cakes out of the oven. Interphase is the stage before cell division is going to happen. During this time, the cells still grow, they make copies of their DNA, and they prepare to divide into two cells. Growing, cells will grow to their full size while producing needed organelles. Organelles are specialized structures that are in a cell. Organelles work similar to organs where they have a job to do in the cell. Examples of organelles are the nucleus or chloroplast. Cells also make more mitochondria, ribosomes, and enzymes. Enzymes are produced to help speed up chemical reactions in living things. We also have to copy the DNA. So after the cell is full grown, it will begin to process of copying its DNA. DNA is where all the information is held for the cell about what it is specifically supposed to be, what functions it's specifically supposed to have. So the cell makes the copy in the nucleus. This is called replication. This is why the nucleus, I always refer to it as the brain of the cell. Remember that a replication is an exact copy of something. It is not something that, let's say I see a picture on my computer and I try to draw that picture. That is not a replication. Replication is exact copy. In the nucleus, DNA and proteins are going to form chromosomes. And at the end of replication, there will be two identical sets of chromosomes. Lastly, we need to prepare. I'm sorry, guys, it's early. We need to prepare for division. After the cell has actually been replicated, its exact copy, it prepares to divide. It will form two new cells called daughter cells, okay? But the process in an animal and a plant cell is different. This is because plant cells make their own food and animal cells do not. So in an animal cell, pair of centrioles is duplicated, which look like little sticks. This does not happen in a plant cell. A centriole is an organelle found in animal cells that help it divide. Guys, I'm going to stop there. This is where I stopped in my other classes because we showed each other our cakes and did things like that. If you would like to show the class your cake, after you watch this video, drop a picture in the comments. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Remember, Wednesday is a reconnect day, and I would love to have you guys in. See you later.